It's that time of year again. Elementary, middle, and high school has started for many students in the United States already, while other states start in the next few weeks. For some individuals, this is an anxious time, especially in the state that we're all in. We'd like to remind everyone, from educators, students, and parents, remain compassionate towards one another and treat others as you'd like to be treated. But most importantly, remain happy and healthy. From Lidy and Laine, we wish everyone a fantastic new school year.
Hey y'all, it's Lydia Laine and welcome to another video blog or whatever you want to call it of Candid Conversations with Lydy and Laine. So in our quest to prepare for back to school, we will be talking about a topic that is, I'm not going to say it's important, but it is noteworthy to anyone that's of school age. So, Lidy, can you talk about our topic?
Our topic today was how kids basically reacted to online school.
And can you just tell us now, some people's schools did not have to do distance learning online, but Lidy's had to due to the pandemic. So can you just tell us how your experience was when you were online?
In the beginning, it was really great because I was going to a school that I really liked. And then, like, halfway through the year, I believe I had to switch schools, which already in itself was very difficult. And I feel like at my old school, before I had to switch, it was really easier. The teachers were very engaging. Everything was just really easy for me. Mm-hmm. But when I had switched, it was more difficult because it was all of a sudden just really new for me.
So why is new a hard thing?
Just because usually I'd say I'm pretty good at adapting, but I just feel like how the teachers were teaching wasn't up to something that I could understand, which was difficult. And I know people say you have to adjust to how they're teaching because you can't always get things how you want it, but it was just really difficult. Hard to keep up with work, especially because they kept just overloading me with work, so it was really just hard.
So you had a priority problem with distance education.
I think so, yeah. And also I didn't really pay attention at all. So that was
why? Well, let's talk about learning styles, because remember, you have 4 different types of learning styles. You have the tactile, kinesthetic. Sometimes those two go together. Then you have the you have the auditory, and then you have the visual. And so many kids are mixes of usually 2 or 3 different learning styles. So, do you know about learning styles?
I do, but I'm not sure which one would be mine.
I can tell you which one you are. I believe that you are a kinesthetic learner, which means if it allows you to move it with your hands in order to teach you something, you learn better. And then also you're a visual and audio. So as long as you're reading something, or if it is any sort of text, if you can hear it too, then it works better for you.
I actually agree with that. So.
Okay, so due to this state of emergency, the likelihood of distance education, we don't know. I hope that it does not come to that, but I understand that the challenges that many parents had to face as far as from the work perspective. So if they had a kid that was ill, you really had to take care of them, but a lot of the employers were very picky. They didn't want you calling off, and even if you were calling off, they were going to see if you could do something from home. So as far as the distance education, would you say that it allowed your father to be more attentive to your needs since you were at home?
No.
Well, I mean, why is that?
Usually on Mondays through the days of the week, he wasn't actually home. He'd get home at like 12, but he wasn't usually there, and it was pretty much just me.
So so there's a key element. you've got to be a self-starter in the distance learning. And I know some children are not natural self-starters. You know, what I actually help parents cultivate within their children is their kids' intuitive factors, and also their what is called is their intellectual faculties: memory, reason, intuition. Memory, reason, intuition. We're gonna have to cut this part out because I don't. But reasoning and will is something that I focus on because a lot of children don't know how to make decisions, quick decisions at that, and some of them don't know how to prioritize certain tasks. So now that you've been 1 year into the learning on the computer, what advice would you give someone that maybe it be their first time?
My advice would probably just be have friends that could explain stuff to you. Make sure that you also, like, while the teacher's explaining, make sure you also look at the pamphlet that they gave you, or just make sure that you follow along and that you're actually listening and engaging.
What about a planner? Did you think that worked for you or not so much?
I rarely used a planner, and that's just simply because even if I had one, I probably wouldn't look at it every day, and that's just me.
So, I was just going to say that's an opportunity for all you kids, children, young people out there that are on your phone all the time. There's alerts, there's alarms. You know, I use that as an adult, and it helps me stay on task.
Also, another thing I would say is pay attention to deadlines, and also make sure before the fact that if you have to turn something in, make sure that the Dropbox works. Also, email teachers about any problems that may occur. Just make sure that they know.
Wonderful. Well, Lidy, thank you for bringing this subject to our Candid Conversations, and it's right on time.
No problem.
All right, you guys take care. We'll see y'all soon.